I hope that you all are safe and fine at your home. So today we are going to discuss a new chapter, that is the chapter 6, that is A Conversation Cost Phileas Fogg Dearly. So this is the chapter which we are going to discuss, and it was published in 1873. It was a 19th century literature and it is a French literature. It is also a adventurer literature. Let us study in detail regarding this particular chapter.
A Conversation Cost Phileas Fogg Dearly. So this is the chapter which we are going to discuss, and this is a chapter of part of a novel called Around the World in 80 Days. And this particular novel and chapter, which is written by Jules Gabriel Verne, and he was a novelist, he was a poet and also a playwright. So he was born on 8th February 1828 in France, and he has few famous adventurous novel. He has written few famous adventurous novel, such as Around the World in 80 Days, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Journey to the Center of the Earth. These all are the adventural novel which is written by Gabriel, and finally he died on 24th March 1905, even at France itself. So today we are going to discuss a part of Around the World in 80 Days, and this particular chapter which discuss regarding in 80 days how we can move around the world. Only in the 80 days how we can move around the world. This has been discussed in the chapter A Conversation Cost Phileas Fogg Dearly. So if you see the title, Phileas Fogg Dearly is a person, and it is a conversation between the Phileas Fogg Dearly and his friends. Okay, so this chapter which is going to discuss regarding how in the 80 days we are able to move around the world, which is said by the Phileas Fogg. So without much delay, let us start. Phileas Fogg shut the door of his house at 11:30. Half past 11 means 11, half past is 11:30, almost 11:30 in the morning. He will shut the door of his house. He put his right foot before his left foot 575 times, and his left foot before his right 576 times. So this is nothing but where the novelist, the writer, he is saying how he is walking. Okay, just you try yourself. You put the right foot before the left foot and left foot before the right foot, continuous. It is a walking. How much steps he has walked? He has walked almost the 1,000 steps. Okay, 1,000 something steps he has walked, and after walking where he is going, and he reached the Reform Club. Okay, so he is walking and finally he reached the Reform Club. Here he made at once for a dining room that looked upon tasteful garden. The trees were already burnished with the golden brown of autumn. So autumn is nothing but the season. Burnished means smooth and silky. The trees were very smooth and silky, and it was golden brown in the autumn. Mr. Fogg sat down at his habitual table. Habitual table means usually he will go to the Reform Club and usually he sits in that particular table itself. Okay, habitual table where his breakfast awaited him. So already the breakfast was ready and it was kept for Mr. Fogg. This consisted of, so what all was kept for the breakfast for Mr. Fogg is a boiled fish with sauce. I hope you can see this, a boiled fish with sauce, and a slice of roasted beef. So this is slice of roasted beef with mushroom, and a rhubarb. Rhubarb is a plant with the green and red stem which is cooked and eaten as fruit. And gooseberry trapped, this is also a fruit. And a morsel of Cheshire cheese. Okay, so a morsel of Cheshire cheese, this is a cheese. And several cup of excellent tea. So these all was served for Mr. Fogg as a dinner. He rose at 13 minutes to 1 and directed his step towards a large room with lavish means impressive, okay, impressive framed paintings. So the room was having a famous paintings. Here he was handed a copy of Times is nothing but it is a newspaper. Okay, he was having a paper, that is the newspaper, which he proceeded to cut with practice skill. So in order to practice, he used to cut the paper cuttings. He having the habit of paper cuttings. He read the paper till quarter to hour, means till 15 minutes for 1 hour. That means he read the paper for 45 minutes. Then he turned to the Standard and read it until the dinner. So now he moved towards the another paper, that is a paper called Standard, and he read that particular paper until the dinner. That is, he moved out from his house almost at the 11:30. He came out of his house. Then he had his breakfast. Then for 45 minutes, almost for 45 minutes, he read one paper, that is Time. And up to the dinner, dinner is almost up to the 1 o'clock or 1:30. Up to the dinner, he started reading the newspaper Standard. After his dinner was over, Mr. Fogg reappeared in the reading room and sat down to pursue the morning chloral at 20 minutes to 6. Okay, so what happened? He had the dinner also, and after having the dinner, he moved towards the reading room. There is a reading room. He moved towards the reading room. So in order to read little bit, we will be much bored, right? We are not interested towards the reading itself. See how Mr. Fogg is. He is spending his lot of time in reading itself. So once he read the newspaper Time for 45 minutes, and again he read the newspaper Standard till his dinner. And after the dinner, what Mr. Fogg did, again he went to the reading room. He sat down there and he read for the 20 minutes to 6. So here 20 minutes to 6 means it is almost 5:40 p.m. Okay, so till 5:40 p.m. he sat in the reading room and he read. Half an hour later, several members of the Reform Club came in and sat down around a coral fire. So after half an hour, what happened? Several members of Reform Club, the Mr. Fogg who came for the Reform Club itself, and several members of the Reform Club, they came and they sat around the coral fire. Coral fire means at one particular place the fire will be there, and at round of that they sat because it will be cold. Okay, so he sat around them. It is a fireplace that was burning steadily. So the fire was burning continuously. They were Mr. Fogg's usual partner at whist. So who are they? Those who came for the Reform Club, who are they? They all are the friends of Mr. Fogg. Okay, that is the usual partner. That is means the friends of the Mr. Fogg. And they have also mentioned the name. So let us see who are there. They are Andrew Stuart, an engineer, John Sullivan, and Samuel Fallentin, banker, and Guatin Rapp, one of the director of Bank of England, and Thomas Flanagan, the brewer, all are rich and highly respected men of society. So there are many people, they all are the rich and the highly respected men of society. There are almost five friends, five usual partner for Mr. Fogg. They all are well settled, high and respected men of society. So now the conversation begins between the usual partner and the Mr. Fogg, that is Mr. Fogg and his friends. Well wrapped asked Flanagan, what about robbery? So, in the place where they are living, their robbery is held. Okay, so one of the usual partner called Rap, okay, he is asking, so what about the robbery? To whom he is asking? Flanagan. Okay, he is asking, what about the robbery? And I hope we can catch the robber. Skillful detective has been dispatched to all the principal port of America and the continent. He will be a clever fellow indeed if he can skip through their fingers. But he is no robbers at all. Okay, so he is saying, when one of the friend asked, what about the robbery? He is saying, I hope that robber will be catched, because the skillful detective has been appointed, okay, to all the principal ports of America and even the continents of America. Means, if you see in India, how in India is, the states are there, different states are there, alright. If you take the India as an example, there is a skillful detective for each state, okay. In the same way, there is a skillful detective for the all the principal ports of America, all the principal, that is important ports of America and even the continent. He will be clever fellow indeed, because he is very clever. He can't skip, so he can't run. Okay, very skillful detectives are there. He can't run by their fingers, because they will catch the robber. But he is no robber at all. And when the conversation was going on, one person said that, but he is no robber at all. Someone said that he is no robber at all. What a fellow you make off with 50,000 pounds. So it is a high amount of money when it is compared to the America. Usually in America it is a pounds, and in India it is a rupees, right? So how much the robbery has taken? 50,000 pound. Okay, so pounds, 50,000 pounds he has taken, and you are saying no robber. What a fellow who make off with 50,000 pounds, no robber at end question mark. Because in the previous paragraph you can see the statement there, but he is no robber at all. Hence he is saying that, why you are saying so? He has taken 50,000 pounds and you are saying, hey, no robber. The morning, now they are saying that the morning Chlorine says he is a gentleman. So who was reading this? That is our Mr. Fogg, right? So Mr. Fogg was reading the two different newspaper, and even in the reading room he was having the habit of picture cuttings. So he has gathered many information. He is saying that, now Mr. Fogg is replying that the morning Chlorine says he is a gentleman. So he is not a robber, he is a gentleman. It was Phileas Fogg who made this remark. Okay, the robbery has occurred 3 days before at the Bank of England. Where the robber has occurred? 3 days before. Okay, so 3 days before in Bank of England. Okay, so before the conversation, before 3 days itself, the robbery has been occurred in the Bank of England, while the chief cashier has been engaged in registering the receipt of 3 shilling and sixpences banknotes worth of 55,000 pounds. So the chief cashier, the cashier was busy with registering the receipts, banknotes, okay, and some other things. He was busy with that, and in this particular time what happens, on the table how much amount was there, 55,000 pounds was there. It was taken by the robber, has been taken from his table, from the chief cashier's table. The Bank of England responded a touching faith in the honesty of the public. Now if a bank is there, then many people will be there who has invested money, right? So now it's the responsibility of bank in order to return whatever the public has been kept, right? So now bank is giving them faith, okay, faith in the honest of public. It is giving them faith to the public, that is means to the people. The bank is saying that don't worry, we will pay you the back, okay. So it is paying the faith. There were no guard or gates to protect its gold, silver or banknotes. Even in the bank there is no guard, no gates, okay, in order to protect from the gold, silver and the notes. When the robbery was discovered at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, detectives were hastily dispatched to Liverpool. These all are the different places, okay. So they are saying it afternoon, but according to the Indian time, evening, it is a evening, right? 5 o'clock is nothing but the evening. We say it as evening, but in America they say it as a afternoon. So it is almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And after the robbery itself, the detective has been went to the different places. They have given there the New York and other ports, Liverpool, okay, Swiss. These all are the places where the detective visited, okay, in order to catch the robber. And a reward of 2,000 pounds, a reward of 2,000 pounds and 5% of recovered fund was announced. So for the public it was announced, if someone will catch the robber and they hand out the robber to the government, how much, 2,000 pounds and 5% in the recovered amount. So how much amount is recovered, in that the 5% will be given to that particular person by the government. All this announcement was already made. All travelers arriving or leaving London by rail were closely watched. So if when these kind of statements are given by the government, everyone will be having the curiosity to catch the thief, right? Because we will be rewarded some amount by the government itself, that is 2,000 pound, and the 5% of recovered fund will be. So we will be having a proper face cut of that particular robber, and even we will try to catch. So whoever the public is there, whoever the person will be there, they will be closely watched. Even though they are closely watched, till now the robber has not got, okay. So he has went somewhere, hence the Mr. Fox says that he is a gentleman. Did you get it? They says that, but he is not robber at all, okay. So he is not robber at all, he is a gentleman, okay. There were reason for supposing, as a Morning Chronicle said, that thief did not belong to a professional group. Even at the newspaper they says that that particular thief is not belonging to the professional group. On the day of the robbery, a gentleman has been seen in the room where the crime has been committed. Okay, crime means something wrong. So the people had seen him where the crime has been committed, that particular person. A description of him has been sent to the detectives, and how he is. Description means how he is, what is his height, what is his color, how he will be appear, everything is sent to the detectives. Everywhere people were discussing the possibilities of a successful pursuit. Means everywhere the people are discussing that the possibilities, whether we will be able to catch that particular thief, so how clever he is, all this, communication, all these discussions are going on between the people. The reform club was especially agitated as several of its members were bank officials. Okay, and even the reform club, there is a club, reform club, and in that particular club many people who belonged to the, many members, there will be a membership, right? So many members who belonged to the bank officials. At the game table where Stewart and Flanagan played against Mr. Fogg and Valentine, conversation commenced between robbers. So this is a conversation which was going on them. Okay, so they two members are the team and Mr. Fogg and Valentine are the team. So the conversation was going on between them. So no country is safe for this robber, said Ralph. Where can he go? So all the country, okay, he is not saying only one country, he is saying about all the country robbers are there, right? So no countries are safe with the robbers. It is a statement which is given by Ralph. Where can he go? Okay, wherever he goes someone will catch him, so he can't go anywhere the world is big enough. Okay, so it was once, said Phileas Fogg in a low voice. So when Ralph made this particular statement, no country is safe for this robber, where can he go? One of his friend said that anywhere the world is big enough. So one of his friend says that anywhere he can go because the world is big. So anywhere he can go, anywhere he can move and live happily. The world is big enough. When one of his friends says that anywhere he can go, the world is big enough, Mr. Fogg, he says in the low voice, it was once, said Phileas Fogg in a low voice. So he says that it was once. So it is not now. World is not big enough. It is smaller now. So it was once. By listening to the it was once, the statement which was given by Mr. Fogg, what do you mean by once? Has the world grown smaller? Said Stewart. So by listening to the Phileas Fogg statement, it was once, he is asking question to the Fogg now, what do you mean by once? Do you mean that at present the world has become such a smaller thing? It is so smaller. So this is a question which was raised by the steward to the Fogg. Okay, and let us stop our today's recorded lesson till here. So next we shall see in next recorded lesson what happens next. My dear students, I hope that you have understood whatever we have discussed in today's recorded lesson. And if you didn't understand, of if you're having any doubts regarding that, once let us quickly recall briefly what we have learnt in today's recorded lesson. So the conversation cost Phileas Fogg dearly is a part of Around the World in 80 Days. Around the World in 80 Days is a novel and it is also made film. It is an English movie. If you are having interest, once you can see that movie. So here Mr. Fogg plays an protagonist role. Protagonist is nothing but a hero. Okay, so he plays an leading role. So he moves out from his house at 11:30, half past 11. So he moves out and he walks fast, almost 1000 and plus steps to the Reform Club. Once he go to the Reform Club, he sat in one particular place for the breakfast where usually he sits, and all the things were kept ready for the Mr. Fogg. So there were the boiled fish with saucer and cheese with mushroom. Okay, cheese was there, gooseberry was there, and slice of roasted beef with the mushroom was there, etc. So all these was kept as a breakfast for the Mr. Fogg. So Mr. Fogg ate everything and he started to read the newspaper called Times. He read almost for the quarter an hour. Okay, he read it for the quarter an hour. Then he moved towards another newspaper. He turned towards another newspaper, that is the Standard, and he read that particular newspaper until the dinner. And once after having the dinner, Mr. Fogg again he went to the reading room. He sat at one particular place and he pursues the Moran Chloranicle. So almost he read Moran Chloranicle almost 20 minutes for 6, that is till evening 5:40 he read it. And after that many people came to the Reform Club. All were his friends itself, usual partner itself, and everyone were highly respected men of society. And suddenly a conversation started regarding the robbery which was taken place in America. So the Ralph made the statement that what about the robber? At the same time someone said that he will be catched, a well detective has been appointed, okay, and he may not be able to escape. At this particular time Mr. Fogg replies that he is not an robber, he is a gentleman. And some of his friends ask that he has stolen up to 55,000 pounds and you are saying it he is a gentleman, how? Then he says that there were no people, and it is 3 days before he has taken 55,000 pounds from the table and there were no guards, and it has been announced that they will give 2,000 pounds and 5% in the recovered fund. All are watching, but still the thief has been not caught. That's why Mr. Fogg says that he is a gentleman. And even the morning Chloranicle, which says that he did not belong to the professional group itself, and every description of that particular thief has been given to the detectives, and till he has been not caught. And the people who are there in the Reform Club, many of them are the members of bank officials. Okay, so when this was saying, and suddenly Ralph says that no country is safer from this robbery. So where can he go, because the world is so big? Where can he go? If anywhere he goes he will be catched, he can't go anywhere. At the same time one of his friends make the statement that anywhere the world is so big enough. So the Ralph says that where can he go? At that particular time one of his friend says that, one of his partner says that anywhere he can go because the world is big enough. So world is very big, he can go anywhere and he can live. This is the statement which was given. When this kind of statement was given, the Phileas Fogg says in the low voice, it was once. Okay, he says that it was once. Phileas Fogg says that it was once but not now. So when listening to these, the steward says that what do you mean by once? Have the world grown smaller now? So what do you mean by it was once? You are saying that it was once, then what do you mean? At present then world has become such smaller thing now. So this was a question which was asked by the steward. So these conversations was going on between them. So I hope now you have understood. So if you are having any doubt, feel free to ask with me through School app. So you can ask the doubt, you can message me and you can ask the doubt in School app. And I hope second unit test few students have performed well. So whatever has been done finished is finished. Few students has really not done well, so be ready for the next coming midterm. So at least in the midterm you have to read well and you have to score well. And regarding notes, I wanted to say few things. So few students still you are not submitting your notes, so see that, write the notes and as soon as possible submit it. And at after giving of each chapter's notes, it is your responsibility to write it in your notes book and you have to submit for the correction. Okay, I hope you have understood what we have discussed today, and next we shall continue in the next recorded lesson. So this is the chapter which is very simple and very easy if you understand, and where the Mr. Fogg says regarding how you can move around the world only in 80 days. Okay, so in the next recorded lesson, let us see how the Mr. Fogg says that only in 80 days you can move around the world. So now I will give you the home assignment. So there is a question you have to answer. Describe the breakfast that Mr. Fogg had and what else did he do there. Okay, you have to describe what all things for the breakfast and what he did that. I hope you have understood. Next we shall meet in next class. Thank you.